Hi everyone, my name is Teresa Howe, and for my senior project I've planned an auction. So this video is going to tell you exactly how to plan an auction step by step. I hope it helps. The first step to planning an auction is deciding what kind of an auction you want to have. There's a silent auction, which is where there are bid sheets and it goes around the room and people can go around and write down their bids. Or there's a live auction where there's an auctioneer and they generally auction off the bigger ticket items and people try and outbid each other and they get into bidding wars. Now you decide what type of auction you want to do based on your audience. So if you have the bigger ticket items, that's generally when you would use the live auction because those generally go for more money and people are willing to pay more money when they hear that someone else wants it just as much as them. If you have a lot of smaller items, your best bet is to go with the silent auction. And all of those generally cost less money, so it's a better option for some families depending on your audience. After deciding what kind of auction you want to have, the next step is to find a venue for where you can hold your event. If you're doing a live and a silent auction, you are probably going to need a bigger room. So after that, you need to figure out the who, what, when, where, and why, the 5 W's. The who is who's going to be invited. Is it going to be open or invitation only? The what is going to be what you're raising money for with your auction. The when is the date of when you're holding your auction and the time. The where is going to be your venue. And the why will be a bigger explanation of what this money is going to specifically. The best auctions usually have a theme because that makes everything a little more fun. It can give you ideas for decorations and food and sometimes even the items that are donated. So picking a theme can make it fun and more entertaining for everyone. Now, an auction is a very big event to plan. So it's going to be easier for you if you have a committee and you can delegate the work. You're going to need someone for publicity, someone for food, someone for decorations, someone for bringing in donated items, someone for getting volunteers to actually work the event, and then you're going to need someone to overhead the whole thing, which is usually the chair, or there are two when you have a co-chair, and they make sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to do and all of the jobs are getting done and the groups are running smoothly. Now, besides the 2 different types of auctions, live and silent, that we've talked about, there are also other ways that you can make money at auctions. People are coming with the idea that they're spending money to donate to usually a good cause. And so they are willing to do other things. So you can make extra money by selling drinks or selling food. You can also do raffle tickets and have winners drawn out of that instead of something they have to bid on. Or you can play games. Or at the end of the night, you can leave an envelope on the table for every person. And if they have anything extra to donate, then they are welcome to put it in there. The most important thing of an auction is making sure that you have items to auction off. So how do you do that? The best way to do it is usually to come up with a letter that explains what you're doing and why you're raising money and how a specific group or family can help you. So in my case, we mailed a letter out to everyone in the parish asking for their contributions. And then we mailed letters to all of the local businesses asking what they could do to help or what they could do to donate or what they could donate. Because this is such a big project, you need to make sure that you are keeping things organized. The best thing to do before you even start planning your auction is coming up a list of tasks that need to be done. This will help you when you're delegating all of them, and it will also help make sure that you're staying on track and getting things done. A budget also needs to be created, which will help you limit your expenses. The best way to keep all of the items organized that have been donated is a spreadsheet. So you should keep track of what has been donated, by who, so you can send a thank you note later on, as well as the estimated value. So you can choose to start bidding this off at a lower or higher price based on how much it's worth. There are a few things that every good auction should have. You're going to make sure you have plenty of food because this will keep the people walking around and moving and bidding, as well as decorations because it makes the room more exciting and makes it more welcoming. You should also have the items to auction off. You should have music or entertainment to break up the night so it's not all spending money, spending money. They have something else to focus on and take their mind off so then they can spend some more money. And then you should also have prizes for any extra games you might be playing, such as the raffles. After all the hard work that you've put into planning the auction, you're going to want to make sure that it runs very smoothly. So what you're going to need is a lot of helpers and volunteers. It often works best with high schoolers because you can move them around. So in our case, we used plenty of those. And we found that it was best to assign jobs instead of letting everyone choose and fighting over it. This way, people stayed productive and they always knew what they were supposed to do. In order to make the most money possible, you're going to want to start selling tickets to your auction beforehand, instead of only at the door. This way, you will have word of mouth and get more publicity that way. At the same time, you can also sell raffle tickets as an option for people who won't be able to attend, but they also want to help your cause and potentially win something. The next few steps are for the few days before your auction actually takes place. You're going to need to decorate the room according to your theme, make the food according to your theme, and organize your items into live and silent auctions. So for your silent auction, you're going to want to have it laid across the room so everyone can see it, and have the bid sheets in front of it with pencils or pens so everyone can write down their bids for the actual event. For the live ones, if they're actual items, you should have them displayed so people can see it when they're walking around, as well as a poster or a piece of paper explaining something that they might not be able to physically see. One of the last steps is to make the booklet that has a list of everything that you'll be auctioning off. You want to wait until the last minute so you can get the maximum amount of donations, because sometimes people are very last minute. Then you make the booklet that explains everything in the silent auction and everything in the live auction, and if you have it ready a couple days before the auction, you can hand it out so that people can come with a sense of what they would like to bid on. Once the booklets are printed, you are ready for your event. Everything is decorated and ready to go. So aside from checking everyone in and giving them their paddles, the night should run very smoothly because everything has been prepped beforehand. You need to make sure that everyone is doing their job, whether it be serving food or doing the entertainment, and make sure they stay on task. Everyone should be happy and walking around and socializing, and your job for the night should be pretty easy as long as everyone else does theirs. You of course need to make sure that everything keeps moving along. You need to close the silent auction tables and start the live auction with your auctioneer so that two things aren't going on at once and people are paying attention to the live auction, because that's where you make your bulk of the money. Once the auction is over, you begin to check everyone out and give them the items that they have won. You also collect all their money or give them an address where they can mail their checks. After that, you begin your cleanup, and then after that, you can tally up all of the money you've made for the night. Once you figure out how well you've done, you should come up with a thank you note to send out to everyone that's helped, whether it be businesses that have donated, families that have donated, individual people that have donated, or just people that attended, or people that volunteered their time for the event, because everyone will appreciate a little bit of thanks. Organization is the main key to making an auction work. There is a lot to do, so you have to make sure that you have plenty of lists and plenty of time to get things done. This isn't a job that can be done alone, so make sure you have a good group of people behind you to help. Good luck planning your auction in the future.